Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss, we can.
Okay, great. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, great. So hope all of you are great, doing good. My name is Engineer Hala Shihada. I will be teaching Power Electronics Lab for this semester, EE365. Regarding lab grading, there will be 15% out of the course degree. Final lab exam will carry 5% and lab reports will carry 10%. There will be grade on participation, meaning that I will ask students to share their screen and show me the work. It's okay if you have mistakes or an error in your circuit, I will not give you 0. But if you do not do any work during the lab session and you shared your screen and you do not have any work, I will give you 0 for participation. So please, all of you, try to do the work during the lab while I'm doing the experiment. Do it with me. Rules of the lab. Never be shy. Ask questions at any time and in anywhere. You can interrupt me at any time during the lab session, or you can send me an email and we can set a Zoom meeting, or you can pass by my office in the office hours. And it would be my utmost pleasure to help you guys at any time. The second rule is do not copy reports. I do not accept any copy reports. I will give immediately 0 to it. If you do not know how to write a report or you have never written a report before in your whole life, it's okay. Don't worry. I will help you. I will do my best to help you and we will both work together to write the report. My aim is not to grade you guys. I want you to learn. I want to teach you. So please don't force me to give 0 to a copied report. It wouldn't make me feel happy to give 0 to a copied report. So please cooperate with me and do not copy. The third rule and the final rule is do not compare yourself with others. Focus on yourself and compete with yourself. Compare yourself today with yourself yesterday and work on improving yourself. Regarding lab report submission, please complete and submit the lab report within 3 days. So let's say today is Monday. The deadline will be on Thursday. And I will not accept any late submission. Any late submission will receive 0. I will not accept submission through the email. You have to submit it through Moodle to be accepted. Now, we will use in this lab offline multisim. We will not use the online multisim. There are components in the offline multisim that are not available in the online version. Yes, Badr.
السلام عليكم يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
دشيت بس توني داش الكلاس وأول مرة أحضر اللاب بس مسجل إنه 312 اللاب بس بتأكد هو
312 it's 365 Power Electronics.
إي بس لأنه بالموديل مسجل 312.
بالغلط معناها راح أعمل تشيك عليه و I will edit it.
بس أوكي شكرا.
الله. Okay, regarding the software, I said we will use the offline version. We will not use the online version. So I will go with you guys through the steps on how to install the offline version. So let's go to Moodle. As you can see here in the 365 page, there is a file called how to install multisim. So I will click on it. The first step is to open this link. So open this link. And then you have to create an account. So you have to go to the link. And when the link is open, you have to click on sign up to create an account. You have to write your username. Let's say Hala, first name and last name. And role to be student, choose to be student. Then the school, set it to be KCST. Doha Road, City Al Jahra. Email address, set it to be the your university email. So I will write my university email. anyways, and write a password and then create an account. After you create the account, you will receive an email in your mail to confirm your account. So go and click on that link and confirm your account. And then you have to go to this link to download Multisim. So click on it. It will show you this page. Just click on download and it will download. After that, this page will appear to you. Click on next, 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 and then click on I accept the above license agreement. Click next, next, and then in the license page, write the license number that I have sent you guys on Moodle, and click on activate, and then next, and then the Multisim will be installed on your PC. Any questions so far? No questions? Okay. So let's start with the experiment. The lab exercise number 1 contains 4 parts. Lab exercise 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and 1.4. We will take each part in each week, meaning we will start this week by 1.1. The experiment title is voltage controlled switch SPST. First of all, what does a switch mean? Do you guys know what a switch? Okay, I will assume that you know what is a switch. A switch is basically a device that turns on and off. So when it turns on, it acts like a short circuit, and when it turns off, it's open circuit. It's open circuit. SPST stands for single path. What does single path mean? It means that the current moves in one direction. It does not move in 2 directions. Single through means that the controller of the switch is just one. As you can see over here, this is the only controller of the switch, this one. This one. Oh my God, wait. Let me show it again. This is the controller of the switch. This means that this switch is single through, it's not double through. Double through will look like this. This is double through. This is a double through switch because there are 2 controllers. This controller and this controller. This is double through. Okay? Okay, this is what does SPST means. Voltage controlled. What does voltage controlled mean? It means that the switch will open and close depending on the voltage that is applied across the switch. So let's say if the voltage is high, the switch will be on. It will act as a short circuit. And if the voltage is low, the switch will act as an open circuit and it will be off. So let's say we have a voltage signal, that's a square voltage signal like this, that goes high, goes high, low, and so on, periodically. So this is the voltage signal. So when the voltage is high, the switch will be on, and when the voltage is low, the switch will be off. Okay, this is what does it mean voltage controlled. Now, as you can see here in the circuit, we have a DC voltage source, we have a resistor, we have a switch, single pass, single through, and we have a function generator. This function generator will produce the voltage signal. It will be a square wave, periodic square wave. Okay, so I will define a term that's called duty cycle. What does a duty cycle mean? Duty cycle is basically dividing T on over the periodic time. Now, any periodic signal looks like this. Square periodic signal looks like this. So as I have said, when the voltage is high, the switch will be on. So we will call that period to be T on because the switch is on in that period when the voltage is high. So T on. When the voltage is low, the switch will act as an open circuit and it will be off. So we'll call that period to be T off. T off. It's not clear, but I'll try my best to make it clear. This is T off. T capital is basically the periodic time, and it's basically this period from here to here. This is T capital, periodic time. So dividing T on by T capital gives us the duty cycle. In this case, in the first case, we study the circuit when duty cycle is 50%. So this means that 50% of the time the switch is on, 50% of the time, the other time the switch is off. Okay, so as I have said before, that we have a DC input, we have a DC voltage source. So when the switch is open, there will be no current passing through the circuit. So the voltage of the resistor will be 0 because there is no current. And V equals IR. Since I is 0, so voltage is 0. And when the switch is closed, the voltage of the resistor will be 100 volts because it will act as a short circuit and the voltage of the resistor will be 100. So the voltage of the resistor will look like this periodically from 100 to 0, 100, 0, 100, 0, and so on. Okay, do you guys can tell me if this is AC or DC signal? Do you know if this AC or DC? Anyone? Hello? AC or DC? What do you think, guys?
DC maybe.
DC?
Maybe yes.
Okay,
AC is
actually,
a wave, right?
yeah, it's a wave. Is it AC waveform or DC waveform?
AC.
Okay, you both answered correctly. It actually has a DC component and AC components called harmonics. So this waveform is both DC and AC. As you know from Fourier series, we can represent any periodic signal in Fourier series. And Fourier series told us that we can represent the periodic signal by a DC component and harmonics. The harmonics are the AC components. So, as you can see here, we have oscilloscope. We will use that oscilloscope to measure the input voltage signal in the time domain. So it will give us the input voltage signal in time domain waveform. And the spectrum analyzer will give us the input voltage signal in frequency domain. So we will see the frequency domain of the input voltage signal waveform. And we will add a power probe to the resistor, power probe to the switch, and the voltage to the input. And for the first case, duty cycle is 50%. Okay, and then okay. And then when we click on the oscilloscope, we will get this waveform, the time domain waveform, and the spectrum analyzer will give us this waveform. But we have to set the settings of the spectrum analyzer, meaning that the span should be 1 kilohertz, the start to be 0 hertz, the center to be 500 hertz, the end to be 1 kilohertz, the range to be 10 volt per division, and resolution to be 50 hertz. Okay, so we need to set these settings for the spectrum analyzer. We will repeat the same steps for duty cycle of 10%, duty cycle of 90%. So, any questions so far? Please ask, don't be shy. No questions? Nothing? Okay. I will assume you guys understood what I have explained. Okay, so let's go to the multisim. You can see the multisim, right?
ايه واضح.
Okay, تمام. So we will add a resistor from place basic resistor. One K. and then we will add a voltage source, DC voltage source from power sources, then DC power. And from basic, we will add a switch, voltage controlled SPST, single pass, single through, and then okay.
مس من وين السويتش؟
اوكي راح تروحي على place basic. اوكي
اوكي
بعدين تروحي عند switch here.
ايوه
then تنزلي تحت راح تلاقيه هون voltage controlled SPST. اوكي تمام.
اي
okay. then I flip the switch. Now I will connect the circuit. Okay, so I will add a ground. And then I will add a function generator, spectrum analyzer, and the oscilloscope. This DC voltage source to be 100 hertz, 100 volts, sorry. And then I will add an oscilloscope. I will add function generator first. So I will flip it. And then I will add oscilloscope and spectrum analyzer. From here. Okay. The positive side of the switch should go to the positive side of the function generator. The negative side of the switch should go to the common of the generator, function generator. Okay. And I will add positive side of channel A of the oscilloscope here. And the negative side to be to the ground. And the N of the spectrum analyzer here. And the T of the spectrum analyzer to ground. Okay. Then I will add a power probe to the resistor. And power probe to the switch.
بس
And
ممكن تعيدين
أعيد شو احكي لي؟
آخر ثنتين طلعتيهم؟
ايش هو الباور بروبس؟
نو
سبيكترم
الإكس.
انالايزر، اوسيلوسكوب. اوكي. اول شيء الفانكشن جنريتر بتروحي على اليمين هون طلع الفانكشن جنريتر. الاوسيلوسكوب انزلي تحت راح تلاقي اوسيلوسكوب. لقيتيه؟
اي
تمام. بعدين انزلي تحت لحد ما تلاقي سبيكترم انالايزر. سبيكترم انالايزر. لقيت سبيكترم انالايزر؟
اي
تمام. وصلي نفس ما انا موصله. نفس هالشيء. شيء.
واللي على اليسار مس
فانكشن جنريتر.
اي
بتروحي على اليمين رح تلاقي تاني واحد فانكشن جنريتر.
اوكي.
وصلي البوزيتيف تبع السويتش بالبوزيتيف تبع الفانكشن جنريتر والنيجاتيف تبع السويتش بالكومون تبع الجنريتر.
اوكي
تمام. وحطي باور بروب على الريزستور، باور بروب على السويتش، وفولتج بروب على الانبوت. بعدين دبل كليك على الفانكشن جنريتور، choose square wave. بعدين رح تحطي frequency to be 100 Hz والduty cycle 50% والamplitude 5 volt والاوفست 5 volt. خلي هاي البيج تبع الفانكشن جنريتور مفتوحة ما تسكريها. حتى بالريبورت خلوا هاي البيج تبع الفانكشن جنريتور مفتوحة واعملوا سكرين شوت. One important thing, you need to write here in the circuit, you need to write your KCST ID and your name on the circuit, okay? When you write
بس
your
ما
report.
يصير ذا اوف لاين بس اونلاين يصير اكتب اسمه.
لا بالاوفلاين تقدري من عند place text نروح عند place فوق، بعدين عند text تحت، بعدين حطي هون text، اكتبي your name.
اوكي اوكي.
تمام. بعدين spectrum analyzer we need to set it to adjust the settings of the spectrum analyzer. راح نحط span to be 1 Hz. So first we will change from kilohertz to hertz. راح نحط span to be span. No, 1 kilohertz. Sorry, 1 kilohertz. The start to be 0 Hz. The center to be 500 Hz. And to be 1 kilohertz. And the range to be 10 volt per division. And resolution to be 50 Hz. Okay, but as you can see here, when I try to write 50, it doesn't give me 50, it gives me 394. So to adjust that, please press on set and go to FFT points and choose this one, 16384, and click on OK. And then write 50 again in the resolution, and then press enter. Okay, so we have set the spectrum analyzer now. Now we can run the circuit. As you can see here, we have the waveform of the spectrum analyzer. And here we have the input voltage signal in the time domain. We can adjust the channel A scale to be 50 volt per division. And maybe you can put the time-based scale to be 10 millisecond per division. Yes, and that's it. Please take a screenshot of this and the spectrum analyzer and add it to your lab report. Also take screen of the circuit with the function generator open and your name and KCST ID written on the circuit, and add it to your lab report. I think that's it. Then we will repeat the same procedure for duty cycle to be 10%. So we will change the duty cycle here to be 10. And then we will run the circuit. We'll then press stop. As you can see here, we have the spectrum analyzer and we have the oscilloscope waveform. You can take a screenshot of that with the function generator open and add it to your lab report. As you can see here, when we added duty cycle to be 10%, it means that 10% of the time the switch will be off and 90% of the time the switch will be on. So 90% on, 10% off. So when the duty cycle is 90% for part C, duty cycle is 90%, we will write 90 over here in the function generator, and then we will run the circuit, and then we will stop. So as you can see here, we have the spectrum analyzer, and here we have the time domain. So this means that 90% of the time the switch is off and 10% of the time the switch is on. And please take a screenshot of all of these waveforms and the circuit and add it to your lab report. And yes, that's it. So now I will ask people to share their screen, or if anybody have any issues, I can help you guys fix it. So first of all, yes, تفضل.
عندي مشكلة بس ما قد تطلع لي السبيكتروم انالايزر هذا ما قد تطلع لي الصورة.
Okay. Now can you please share your screen?
Sure.
Okay.
واضح.
Can you give me remote control? Can I access your laptop, please? Remote control option.
Okay.
Now I'm accessing your laptop, right?
Yes.
Okay. So span 1 kilohertz, start to be 0 hertz, 500. Okay. 1 kilo. تمام. اوكي سو المفروض صح. اوكي طلع. انت ما you didn't click on enter before. That's
اوكي
the
على
issue.
بالي تقولي اضغط انتر بالكيبورد يعني.
لا انتر على
أوكي.
على spectrum analyzer.
اوكي.
Okay. Good. Great job. Okay, you can stop sharing now. في حد ثاني عنده مشاكل guys؟
Miss Anna, can I share?
Yes, sure.
Miss هني لهني صح؟ أنا ما مشيت بالخطوات الصراحة.
لو سمحتي اعملي لي ريموت كنترول.
شلون؟
روحي عند options. I think there is a remote control option. Oh.
أوكي. Remote control.
Yes, remote control. Press on it.
بعدين auto accept all requests.
Yes.
ولا share.
Not sure. Can you please tell the guy who shared his screen right now? Can you please tell her how to do remote control?
أي حطي على اسم المهندسة هذا، يعني لما تطقي ريموت كنترول راح يطلع لك اسم المهندسة.
إيه أوكي.
تمام. First of all, هون we have 100 volt, مو 12. Okay. And then power block should be here. Power block should be on the resistor. We don't need a current probe. Okay. This one on ground. Don't need this one. T to be grounded. Then double click on this one 100. This one should be 1.
ما يتغير الوان صح مس؟
شو يعني؟
أنت قلتي إن في مرتين أغير فيهم عندي function generator صح؟
إيه هلا راح أعدل على الفانكشن جنريتور تبعك، بس هلا عم بعدل على السبيكترم انالايزر.
أوكي.
So span to be 1 kilohertz, start to be 0 hertz. 0 hertz. Center to be 500. And to be 1 kilo.
مس المعطيات هذه موجودة بالريبورت صح؟ بالموديل.
راح انزلكم اياها تبع سبيكترم انالايزر. Now let's try. Okay. بالفانكشن جنريتور بدنا سكوير ويف. Frequency 100 Hz. Okay, correct. Now let's run the circuit. Okay, تمام هي عم تطلع لك. Spectrum analyzer. نفس الشيء بتعمل سكرين. Okay, first of all write your name on the circuit and your ID.
أوكي.
واعمل سكرين شوت للويف فورم تبع الأوسيلوسكوب والسبيكترم انالايزر. والفانكشن جنريتور مرة خليه 50%، مرة 90%، مرة 10%. اعمل سكرين شوت للويف فورمز for different duty cycles. اوكي
ومع الفولت سورس ومع الباور صح؟
ايه بالضبط.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you can stop sharing now.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anyone else؟ في حد عنده issues guys؟
اي انا مس
تفضلي.
بس شلون اسوي كنترول؟
صوتك في صدى.
شلون بس اسوي كنترول؟
switch share screen.
اوكي
اوكي اعملي لي ريموت كنترول.
بس ماني عارفة شلون.
لو سمحت ممكن تحكي لها كيف تعمل ريموت كنترول؟ معلش غلبناك هذا اللاب.
لا عادي سهلات، بس اضغطي على كلمة
شنو؟
ريموت، اضغطي على
تمام.
كلمة ريموت
أوكي،
واسم
تمام.
المهندسة.
Okay, first of all, we don't need water source overheat. We need aqua probe. For here, we don't need a voltage probe. We need a power probe. Okay, with function generator square wave. تمام. Stand 0.5 اوكي هيا عم يطلع لك، ظبطت لك اياه. اوكي في عندك
تمام.
other issues؟
بس thank you.
But please write your KCST name and ID, okay, on the circuit.
Okay.
Okay, stop sharing please. في حد عنده other issues؟ Anybody؟ كله تمام؟ I will show you how to find the switch one right now. Wait, I'll share my screen. Okay, can you see the multisim?
Yes miss.
Okay, for the one who asked me about the switch, please go to place basic over here. Click on it, then go to switch. Click on switch. بعدين انزل تحت راح تلاقيه هون voltage controlled SPST. Click on it and then you can have the switch. Okay? Are you okay?
Yes, miss. الفانكشن جنريتر كم مرة أغير الفريكونسي؟
مرة حتخليه 10%. نو مو الفريكونسي ثابت. الديوتي
شنو اللي
سايكل
يصير؟
الديوتي
إيه.
سايكل راح تغيريها، راح تخلي مرة الديوتي سايكل ب 10%، مرة الديوتي سايكل ب 90%، مرة الديوتي سايكل 50%.
أوكي أوكي.
3 cases يعني. وبتعملي لل 3 cases سكرين شوت للويف فورمز وللسيركت.
مس can you check حق 10؟ 10.
Yeah, sure. Share your screen please.
كذي صح.
هاي لل10. Let me see. Open on the oscilloscope. Press on the oscilloscope.
هذا؟
إيه. Press on reverse down. علي times channel A scale. زيدي خلي زيدي كمان. Okay, enough. No, decrease it. Okay. Yeah, it's correct. Good job.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Okay, the rest of the class, please, anyone have any question? or any issues? ما في؟
مس يعني آخذ سكرين شوت حق الأوسيلوسكوب وحق السيركت.
حق السيركت oscilloscope والspectrum analyzer for the three cases. For the case of duty cycle 10%, 90%, 50%. Okay?
أوكي.
Aisha, you asked me about where can I find the switch number 1. Do you know how to find it now, or you don't know how to find it? She's not here. Okay, so today I will give all of you guys full mark on participation, but starting from the next lab, I will call you by name. So please concentrate on the lab and do the experiment with me, because next lab I will grade you guys on participation. As I said, I will not give a 0 for if you have mistakes or errors, but if you do not have any work or you didn't do any work during the lab session, you will get 0. So I wish I don't need to do that, because I want you all guys to get a full mark, hopefully. And this course will be easy if you follow up with me, and if you do the steps by your own, you can easily get a very good grade in this lab. Okay, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for your participation, and see you next week. You can leave if you want.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
بس عندي سؤال الحين بالريبورت بالوورد، بس نحط الكفر بيج ونحط الصور الثلاثة وبس.
ايه
اوكي
بس تأكد تحط الويف فورم تبع الاوسيلوسكوب والسبكترم انالايزر والسيركت مع الفانكشن جنريتور يكون مفتوح، يعني البيج تبع الفانكشن جنريتور.
اوكي ما في مشكلة.
تمام.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك. اوكي.
مس عادي اسوي شير عشان تشوفين رسمات مو راضية تطلع عندي.
اوكي وريني. Okay, can you give me remote control, please? Okay, great. Let's see. Okay, tell you your mistake. It's very small mistake, but you have to be careful next time. I will tell you what's the mistake right now. Wait. توصيلة الفانكشن جنريتور مع السويتش. اوكي. اوكي انت كنت مختاره سويتش غلط. You have to go to place basic from here. Okay, and then go to switch. And then go down to voltage controlled SPST and click on it. Click on it. Put it over here. Okay. Please delete, you have to delete this one because it's incorrect. And you have to flip this one and add it over here. Yes, Hissa, you have a question, right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, let me finish from this and I will follow your question.
Okay.
تمام. Okay. Now it's working. So just fix the time scale of channel A. The scale of channel A, put it as maybe 50. Yeah, 50 is good. And that's it. Now, is it everything clear for you now?
اي كثير، بس هذيل صح اصورهم اسوي كابتشر.
Yeah, بس في one point. The function generator شوي. The function generator, press on it. Function generator, press on it, and change the duty cycle to 90%, 10%, and 50%, and do screenshot for the 3 cases, okay?
يعني خلي اوكي تمام.
مو بس 50%, no, 90 and 10 also.
اي اوكي
تمام. Okay, great job. Now you can stop sharing, please. Yes, Hassa, you can you can ask me now.
بس هني ما قاعد يطلع لي، شلون أغير الشانل على أي أساس؟
Okay, give me remote control, please.
أوكي.
هيا عم بيطلع لك.
إيه بس لما أوقفه ماكو شيء.
لحظة شوي. هلا شوف. That's weird. Wait. Okay. هنشوف the spectrum analyzer. What's the issue of spectrum analyzer? Let me check. Okay. Now it's working.
أوكي إذا حطيت 90 أخاف ما يطلع بعد.
Okay, خلينا نجرب 90.
هو مس ما في شيء ثابت أحطه بالشانل A وشانل B؟
شو قصدك بشيء ثابت؟
يعني عشان يطلع الرسمة.
لا هو ساكت توصلتها هيك. You don't need to add anything else. Okay, now you are getting.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Good job. Welcome. Okay, guys, anybody else, please don't be shy. I'm here to teach you. I want you to learn. So, any question, please?
مس بالريبورت بس أحط السكرين شوت وبس صح؟
بالضبط. Exactly. Okay, can anybody this question, please? No questions. Okay, you can leave the lab if you want. No questions? Okay, so I will leave. See you guys next week. Thank you for your participation.